What's up, everybody? Almighty Vitko here, bringing you some Call of Duty Black Ops 4 private beta gameplay. Now, this is from week 1, which was only available on PlayStation 4. And I gotta tell you, I grinded the hell out of this beta, and I was just having a blast the whole time. It honestly was just bringing back the old feeling of COD, and it was just amazing. There's a lot of good things about this Call of Duty. It gave me a really good old style COD feel. Like, if I had to compare it to a Call of Duty, I could probably say like a mix of Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2. But it really was different than all of them in a sense also. It's very like uncomparable to any Call of Duty that I've played. Now, one thing that they do have in this Call of Duty is class setups, kind of like in Rainbow Six Siege, where you have different characters that have a different range of abilities. Now, these abilities are very useful in the game. There's definitely going to be like a team composition meta coming into competitive, and I think is really good move for Call of Duty. It's going to be really exciting seeing the competitive play and how much like an actual team composition is really going to matter. But the one thing that it does do, so if you have a character that has a special ability, that ability is then removed if you wanted to add equipment such as grenades, such as a trophy system, even an axe. They have the throwing axe. You'd have to take off one of your special abilities in order to add that. But now each character also has a main ability, which is sort of speak like their ultimate ability. It starts off empty and slowly charges based on your score as the round goes on. And you're not guaranteed to get an ability every game. You're going to have to high perform in order to get one. And it also depends on what character you play. Because some characters, like the Battery, who has a grenade launcher, their main ability charges a lot slower than the Torque's main ability, which he puts down a barricade in front of him, which charges a lot faster than some of the others. So it depends what characters you play, and it also depends on how well you're performing, because I've noticed that the score definitely impacts how fast you're charging that ability. So moving on to other new things, as you can see right now, swimming is something that's pretty new to COD. I've never really experienced before. This whole map is actually based around this area where you can swim, and you can even shoot your gun as you're swimming or swim faster by sprinting while swimming. So I mean, it's interesting how they're adding like new game mechanics and movements. Also, on the topic of movement is the sliding ability, which is the like advanced movement mechanic that they sort of have in here. It's pretty nice. I definitely like it a lot better than the exosuit mechanics. I definitely like it a lot better than the normal just run and boots on the ground, movement mechanics. So it's interesting to see what they're going to be doing with it in the future, because there's a little concern with the sliding and jump meta that's kind of in place in the game as of right now. But they've also touched up on that on this blog post that they've made. So what they said is, in the first week of the Black Ops 4 beta, PlayStation 4 has come to an end, but that doesn't mean that we're shutting down. We'll be back with the second week of beta gameplay starting this Friday, and it's going to be a PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's going to start at 10 a.m., and all the PS4 players, you will have your stats carried over, which is a big plus. First and foremost, on the behalf of the studio, we thank everyone that came along for this ride, and your feedback has already been proven invaluable and certainly contribute to the better day one experience for everybody. The feedback we've gotten has been incredibly constructive and very helpful as developers as we polish and tune to prepare the final game for launch. Over the last several days, we've gained critical insight and fixes for bugs that need addressed to tune for gameplay content that is either over or underperforming. If you'd like to dig into our game updates in greater detail, feel free to visit the Day 1, 2, and 3 Reddit post. Here is an overview of the changes that we'll be making in Week 2. So they're going to add kill confirmed and search and destroy game modes to the beta playlist. We've actually seen that on the last day of Week 1. They made tuning to passes at most gameplay content, including weapons, score streaks, and equipment. And at first pass, at balancing based on the data collected so far. So that's going to be an overall balancing on all the score streaks and weapons. They've adjusted some of the movement settings to prevent overabundance of sliding and hopping to keep combat more in frame, which was kind of touched on earlier. Is just that's basically the meta in this game right now. You slide, you hop, and you just spray and pray. You have the laser sight on your gun, and you're hitting your shots. So basically what they said they're doing is they're going to try to slow it down by reducing the global jump height by 5 units, slowing down very slightly the acceleration on sliding, and jumping multiple times in a row will now scale down jump height on each subsequent jump. So they're basically going to add like a little jump block, and they're going to make it so you're dashing the same distance, but it's taking you longer to get to the distance you were able to get to before, which, you know, is perfectly understandable. So they're also addressing several spawn issues, and they made an updated spawning pass in various maps and modes to try to prevent spawn trapping, which was an issue in like the first couple days. They've also made quite a few under the hood fixes to improve stability and performance. Now, some of these issues were fixed over the weekend, and some will be included in the new title update, which kicks off next weekend's beta period, specifically as it relates to armor. Now, armor was basically the most complained about thing that they added. Added like this tactical equipment slot, which basically you can add different things. There's an acoustic sensor which helps you hear your enemies louder. There's one that allows you to heal while you're moving and heal on the run. The one that they added that was the most complained about, though, was armor, because it actually gave you more hit points. And unless they were using armor-piercing rounds as an attachment on their gun, it definitely changes the tide of a lot of gunfights. But it's good that they're acknowledging all the complaints, and they did say they are going to make some tweaks to it. So the second weekend is right around the corner for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Friday, 10 a.m., featuring a new map and some surprises that we've already hinted at, like a game mode that they've kept under wraps that nobody knows about. So I'm excited for this second week. The first weekend was amazing. It was honestly just really fun, bringing back the old memories of Call of Duty in its glory days. I had a blast playing it with all my friends. They loved it too. It was just a fun time. So I'm really excited to see where this week 2 ends. So the level cap for week 2 should be 40. They sent out a message that if you reach the level cap, you're going to get a free prestige token for the new Black Ops that comes out. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the beta and if you're excited for weekend 2 to come. Make sure you guys drop a sub, as I will be dropping a lot more Call of Duty videos in the future, especially when weekend 2 drops. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed. See you all later. Peace out.